Mom.
Oh, hi, honey.
I got some food.
Oh, you got the chili?
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
This one has real meat.
Yeah.
Did you get it at Costco?
No.
You didn't? Where'd you get it?
It went in my friend's house.
At your friend's house? You're the best. No, I need you to stay away from me because mommy's got, quarantine. Okay? 6 feet. 6 feet. Okay? So go play.
I have nothing to play with.
You do have stuff to play. Remember that box the refrigerator came
Not
in?
safe.
It is safe. Get a knife.
It's not safe.
Make a fort.
No.
Find an iPad.
Yes.
Okay, go. But just YouTube Kids. Not the real YouTube. I don't like it.
Why?
Just do it.
Why?
I love you. Go. I love you. I'm quarantined.
Hey,
Oh, hi, honey. Oh, you got my food? Whoa, sorry, you can't touch me.
But
Thank you, though.
So it's.
Did you get the good kind?
Yeah. So it's.
These are name brand.
Sorry.
But that's okay. I love you.
S-
Where's your mask?
I don't need it. We live in the same.
No,
house
I'm
and-
quarantined.
But you tested negative. And
You
I
can't trust the test. Don't you know the government lies?
Okay. Well, I need help with math because you're homeschooling me.
I'm homeschooling you?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Who said I was homeschooling you?
Government.
We did that last year. That didn't turn out so well.
I still need to be homeschooled though.
All right, just ask me.
Okay, so it says Jesse traveled.
Get
at
no
25
6 feet.
Jesse traveled at 25 kilometers on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but she went to her grandma's house at 5 miles.
Okay, first of all, who is Jesse, and why do we care?
Well, I just need to figure out this problem, and
Is this Common Core?
yes.
Okay,
but-
so then obviously there is no right answer because Jesse was running away from home. So that's what you write. Just be like, Jesse was in a bad mood that day, and it doesn't matter how far she traveled because she had GPS.
Okay.
Common Core, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna give you a little secret. Neither does math
But
because you're pretty.
It's important.
No,
to do-
it's not.
Yeah.
No, I never use math.
Okay.
Okay, you need to go. I love you. Thank God. Thank God they're gone. Hi, everybody. This is Carrie Pomeroli, and I don't know about you, but this COVID thing, I mean, it's for the birds. What are we in quarantine day 786? I've been quarantining by myself in my bedroom since March 13th. Now, do I have coronavirus? I don't know. Should I take any chances? Probably not. Okay, so I just think it's a good idea if you're a mom that you get some personal space and use this to your advantage. Do you know what I'm talking about? You need to be alone with some Netflix. You want to get crazy? Go Hulu. I don't know, but I'm here. I'm in my bedroom. This is my dance space. That's their dance space. It doesn't matter if you have a positive test or a negative test. You can never be too careful. But I am so happy to be here with you guys on this beautiful Saturday morning, and all my Cornerstone girls. Give a shout out to Cornerstone. What? Frez yes, Frez yes, Frez yes. Fresno, you get it. You've never heard that joke. And I want to give a shout out to Pastor Cindy and all my people. I love you guys. I'm so happy to be talking to you because I've been quarantined in this house with those children for 9 years. It hasn't been pretty. It really hasn't been pretty. But I don't know how your COVID has been going, but mine has been, well, first of all, in March, I decided to take care of myself and I started the Whole Body Challenge. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's an eating regimen. It's called the Whole Body Challenge. I actually am working on a book about it. It's how much food can I get in my whole body until I die? And so that's how I've been eating since March. And I don't know about you, I started eating, and I'm laughing because I have people that are helping me film this, and because I'm doing comedy to no one. So if my camera crew wants to laugh, it's okay. I need attention. I invited my neighbor Bronwyn over to bond with me. Bronwyn, just say hi. I won't put you on camera.
Hey.
See, because the thing is, I don't have any friends. I don't have any attention. I went to the grocery store. This lady said she liked my dress. I pulled my mask down. I did 15 minutes of stand-up, okay? I followed her to her car. It was that bad, all right? And Bronwyn's a mom. You know what I'm talking about. It's painful. So I started eating from the 80s because this is what brings me joy. There are people in LA, mean people, and they say things to you like, Would you like some kale? No, I would not like some kale. No, I don't want to go jogging with you. Why would I jog? Why would I hike? Don't ask me to go on a hike. I don't want to be socially distanced with you up a mountain. There's no buffet up there. There's no reason for me to hike. I'm not on The Bachelorette, okay? So what I want to do is I want to stay home and eat what my mother used to make me, stovetop stuffing, because MSG tastes good. And this is why the astronauts eat this, because this stuff can never die. So what I've been doing is going through my cabinets, and I've been eating all my earthquake food. So I did not know. Bronwyn, did you know that Spam is delicious? Spam is delicious. I did not discover all the things you can do with Spam. So send me your recipes. I'm thinking about doing a cooking show. It's called All Spam All the Time. Now, this is not one of my prouder moments. This is my 3rd grade daughter's earthquake kit. And when I went to pick her up because they were shutting the school down, she ate it, okay? She ate her earthquake. Yes, she did. She ate her earthquake kit, Bronwyn. I don't even have words for how a child could eat canned tuna with no can opener. It's really bad. And then I like to make my own s'mores. I don't really have a fire. I just eat marshmallows out of the bag. And I like to eat colorful foods from the rainbow, the way God created them. So I figured. And here's another new discovery. Beanie Weenies. I'm telling you. They're from Vienna. They're called Chicken Vienna. Have you ever made anything with these? Yes? You can talk. It's a real thing. They know that I had to have an audience today. Bronwyn, what have you made with Vienna sausages?
My sister ate them once when she was 10.
Oh yeah, do you ever put them on your fingers and then you can teach counting that way, and then you put olives on the other hand?
What a great idea.
Because I don't have any hobbies, okay? I'm playing with my food. That's what's happening. And then I pulling out. This is from 1984. I don't know why this gravy has traveled with me since the 80s, but I feel that it could still be good. And I think in COVID, you have to expand your horizons. Like expiration dates, aren't they merely a suggestion? And then I found these little notes that I used to put in my children's lunchbox. Like, have a fun day. You're really special. Love, Mom. And now I just put notes like, hey, do the dishes, or you don't get the Wi-Fi code. So it's been kind of a crazy, I know you might make fun of me, but my daughter did bless me. I don't know what we're going to do with this much chili, but it makes me happy. So I don't want to tell you that I've been eating all really, really bad during COVID, but somewhere in July, I did have a come to Jesus moment because I visited my closet for the first time since March, because people were saying, oh, I'm going to get the COVID-15. Well, I think that's for quitters, okay? If COVID-15, go big or go home. I was like, COVID-15, COVID-20, let's do this. So what you need, if you're like me, is you need a fat dress, okay? So I have 3 dresses that fit me. They're all from the 60s. And this is what we like to call the Mrs. Roper from Three's Company. This is what we would like to call a muumuu. And it fits me because it's 4 sizes bigger than anything I would have ever worn pre-COVID. So if you want to feel skinny, just put on something that's too big for you, and then you don't have to worry about that working out. And if you're one of those people watching this right now and you're at home pumping iron and getting in shape and feeling pretty, everybody hates you, okay? Everybody hates you. Jesus loves you. We hate you, because I don't want skinny friends. I don't want skinny friends to come to my house. I want friends that think this is adorable, okay? They think this is, you know what? And you know why it's tie-dye? Because I can spill ketchup on it. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to impart my wisdom to you. I'm here to be a part of this conference, and Cindy's going to clean up whatever I'm saying that's not biblical. But so somewhere in July, I visited my closet, and it wasn't pretty. I felt like that time I went to Forever 21, and they're like, you don't belong here. And you know why? Because they started calling me bad names. This little girl comes up and she called me ma'am, okay? Ma'am. She called me ma'am. And she was like, we don't have anything here to fit you. I was like, that's a lie. That's where I got this headband, okay? Don't tell me where I can shop. But my closet is like a no man's wasteland where I can't participate in anything that's going on. So then I started doing this intermittent fasting, which is great because I fast from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. when I wake up. And I've gained 15 pounds. But I feel like there's some momentum going with everybody doing the if fasting. You guys, I am so desperate to lose weight. You could offer me heroin right now and I would justify it with Jesus saved me by grace, and I'll put it right in my arm. So I'm sorry, Cindy, if there's any heroin addicts that I just offended. And I mean, I don't know. It might work. It might not work. I'm not sure. But let's talk about something else. Let's talk about homeschooling. I don't want to do it. When they said that we were going to have to homeschool our kids again, I know mothers that wanted to eat their young. We are dealing with a generation that is going to be raised into adults, and they've been educated by a bunch of women that are exploring day drinking alcohol, okay? There's a lot of moms, I'm not going to say who they are, but they're waking up at 9 o'clock going, it's 12 o'clock Sunday. I don't condone drinking, but I'm also not here to judge anybody. What do you want? My 12-year-old just walked in. No, I can't be with you. I'm talking. I'm having private time. Yeah, you can't have anything. No, go. Be with God. I'm so tired of them bothering me. At least once a week they come in here. I need food. I need food. Every day, parenting is so hard. I don't want to homeschool. I homeschooled last year, and when my third grader got on the honor roll, I wanted a crown. I wanted a tiara because I cheated that way. I mean, I helped her through her third grade math. And third grade math these days is enough to make anybody go to an early grave. So I don't know how we're going to survive fourth grade. We need to get these kids back in the building. I don't care if there's teachers there. I'm going to drop them off. I'm going to drop them off because that's what I'm entitled to as a taxpayer in California. I don't know what you guys are. I'm dropping my kids off. I'm coming back at 3. And maybe they'll learn survival skills. Maybe it'll be like a geography experiment and they need to find their way home. I don't know. I'm going to have a sip of my Kool-Aid. It's important that we drink healthy beverages to hydrate ourselves. But the thing about it, it really reminds me of kids today. We're raising a bunch of wussies. We're raising a bunch of wussy kids. And now they've had to sit home and be educated by YouTube. They need to go and struggle. They need to keep score in Little League. I don't care about their feelings, all right? They need to go and suck it up on the blacktop like we did and go on the merry-go-round Wheel of Death and see who dies. That's childhood. Go on the metal slide with the grates. You know what I'm talking about? With your little shorts. And come home bleeding, right, Bronwyn? That is childhood. You were raised in Alaska. You probably killed wild boar, didn't you? You had an outdoor outhouse. She won't let me put her in camera. They had to go to the bathroom. That is worse than walking. You did walk to school in the snow.
Yes.
Didn't you?
Yes.
You had an outdoor outhouse in Alaska.
Yes.
I don't even want it. That's 15 minutes of comedy. I don't have the time to write. But I guarantee you that you were not a wussy.
I was not.
And then you moved out of Alaska to Las Vegas, right? Wasn't that the transition? Or
Tahoe.
Tahoe. Same thing. Gambling, illegal.
Yeah.
It made you who you are today.
Yeah.
And now you're raising 3 boys, and I'm raising girls, and they are wussies. Wussies. I got my girls a slip and slide. They're like, it's too slow. So I put laundry soap. Remember I put the laundry soap on there? It's like, call it a bath. Every time they get in Bronwyn's pool, it's a bath. Chlorine is cleansing. You know what I'm saying? It's like very cleansing.
Kills the germs.
Yes, it does kill the germs. I feel, yeah, I mean, and remember when we had real toys growing up? Like darts? Like real darts? Like toys that could kill you? I'm so sick of these kids being in a 15-point harness to ride a bike. You know what I mean? They ride a bike and they have to wear a 15-point harness, and then I'm like, text me, you're going 2 doors down. I know, I feel like they ride a bike and I have to follow them in my surveillance car. It's terrible. And they remind me, when my kid gets dressed to wear her bike, she's like that little kid from A Christmas Story. Remember Ralphie's brother? I can't pull my arms down. We are helicoptering these parents. We're helicoptering these kids. I want a cell phone. I want a cell phone. You don't need a cell phone, Lucy. You need friends. That's what you need. You need some communication skills. And then don't get me started on the millennials. They don't even know that the phone, you can dial and use your voice. Did you not even know that? They don't even know you could pick it up and there's an ear thing. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And then we played educational games, Beck and I, didn't we? Yeah, Red Rover, send Bronwyn right over. That's communication skills. I don't know what we learned, but we did. And my family was not like a rich family. So we didn't have fancy things like, seatbelts in the car, okay? And my dad had that van. Do you remember the kidnapper van with the carpeted walls? Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
And it had a sunset on the
Yeah.
side. He's driving to pick up the kids from school and
Yeah.
he's throwing candy. It's not awkward. My mom's blasting ABBA on the cassette player. We didn't have choices. We didn't have choices of music. We didn't have an iPod or an iPad to go pick you know what? When you wanted to get music back in my day, you had to go to this place called the record store. Yes, you did. And then you had to wait in line to find 5 people, and then you have to say, do you have that song by Bon Jovi? You know, the lay on me, and you have to hum it until Joe knows what song you want to buy, okay? You have to hum it and sing it, you're living on a prayer, and then they go and get it, and you have to purchase it. That's right.
Yeah.
And you don't even have, we didn't have the luxury of when we had music, we would record it off the radio, and then the DJ would talk through Whitney Houston, Greatest Love of All, which ruined your solo. Because I was very fancy at one point. I had the 2 tape recorders. So when you're like gonna sing Greatest Love of All and you're recording yourself with Whitney, like you're her backup singer, and he's like, thank you, that was 99.5, I got a little Whitney Houston. I'm like, shut up, DJ Jazzy Jeff. Shut up. I'm singing my jam. But no, it's been weird. It's been a weird season in COVID. I've been, trying to be educational with my kids. So we watched all 8 seasons of The Office, which I don't know what we really learned from that. Don't judge me. I feel like I had boundaries before COVID. I felt like I had things. I wouldn't let them watch the Disney Channel because it gave them a bad attitude. And now they're on season 4 of Parks and Rec and season 9 of Golden Girls. Right. And it was really bad because now my 9-year-old wants to be Blanche again for Halloween. And I don't know whether to be like proud of her. I mean, Blanche was the pretty one. And I'm not trying to say that I'm old, but when I watch Golden Girls now, they don't look old to me. And that scares me. Okay? That scares me. I'm wearing the same clothes that Blanche is than Sophia. I feel like I'm dressing more like Sophia lately. It's not. And I'm really into this like 60s thing because my grandma and my mom used to have what they called the house dresses. And I want to get those house dresses that like snap up the middle. And so I could chase around my kids the way my mother did with the fly swatter, And I feel a need to entertain my children this summer. I feel a need to entertain them. But our mothers did not entertain us. We didn't go to horse camp. We didn't take Spanish lessons. Our mother just handed us a hose. She's like, I will be inside watching General Hospital. I will see you in September. Make something happen. Make something. Go catch a firefly. Go be, these kids are doing whatever. And it's just driving me crazy, mainly because they get my remote from the TV and I can't watch Downton Abbey, and that's sad because I have 9 more seasons. So yes, I've been watching a lot of TV, and it's really it's made me realize how much I appreciate being single, because I can't imagine what you married people are going through during COVID. Okay, I don't want to share my remote. I don't want to share my bed. I don't want to share my closets. I am quite happy with my committed relationship that I've been in for 6 years with Netflix. People are like, are you ever going to get married again? No, that would revolve me getting out of this house, shaving my legs, and bathing. I don't have time for that. Okay? I don't have time for that. And I did the online dating, and they're like, oh, what are you looking for in a man? I'm like, I'm looking for somebody who's willing to lie about how we met. Because I didn't want to be at my wedding being like, I'm so glad we logged on. That's awkward. Only guys that would ever write me, they would write me, and they had names like Dark Horse, and they're like, I'll lie. I'm like, yeah, you're in prison. So it doesn't count. And then the older I get, the more I realize I could marry a rich man in prison. I just want a man with like good credit and doesn't snore. Well, really wouldn't matter because he's gonna have his own room. Only the married people. Married people get that joke. But I really am grateful that Cindy gave me this opportunity to be with you guys, and I love the theme about being bold. I'm trying to find opportunities to be bold during COVID. Kind of joking aside, I know that God has an assignment for me. And I've had people just look me straight in the eye and they say, oh, the church is dead. There's no room for comedy. And I said, you know what? The church is not dead. We've just left the building. I'm going to church on the beach right now. I'm living the Southern California dream. I don't even have to wear shoes to church. It's like Jesus. I'm ready to walk on water, okay? We got baptisms happening. It's incredible. I don't feel like the church is dead at all. I think it's our assignment to be bold. I think it's our assignment to say, God, what do you have for me? And please, God, I love you. Don't let it be homeschooling. I mean, anything but homeschooling. So we were in the grocery store the other day, and I walked by this really nice security guard, and he was cleaning up the baskets. And I walked to my car with my 12-year-old, and God said, pray for him. Pray for him. And I said, no. My ice cream's melting. And then so I got in the car and God said, go and pray for this man. So I turned the car around and Lucy's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta go ask the security guard a question. And she's like, I'm like, I gotta go ask, I'm modeling Jesus. And I said, excuse me, sir, my name's Carrie. God said, would you let me pray for you? And he was so excited and he was blessed. And I got to speak favor over him and I got to speak God's word over him. And Lucy's laughing, which makes it really awkward. And we pulled away. I'm like, why are you laughing? She goes, I thought you were gonna go ask him out. And I was like, I'll be back after God answers his prayers, because I mean, he is gainfully employed. And for those of you that don't know this about me, I married a comedian with no car. So that was probably the 11th commandment that I forgot not to obey. Next time, girls, don't check your boyfriends on Google. Check them on Ancestry.com. See if they come from old money. Or at least like the man that I married and I had children with, he is 1/18th Native American. So at least my kids are getting a scholarship and a casino. Okay, so I'm just here for you to learn. But I had this moment when all of this started where everything fell apart. I lost all of my jobs. It was like being fired 9 times because everybody just started calling and canceling. And I had a moment with Jesus and I said, God, I have no job skills. I mean, I literally have no job skills. I might be able to sell fruit on the freeway. I can't make any promises. What am I going to do? I just bought a house in LA, you guys. I bought a house. When you buy a house in LA, you have to give them a kidney. You have to give them your firstborn. That's why you didn't see that third kid. Gone. There's so much you have to do. And I bought a house and I moved in March 5th and I have no income. And then my pastor's giving these amazing sermons. And he privately said, you know, the tithes are down. Everything's really hard. And I was like, yeah, that sucks for you. And God's like, you know, you can still tithe. And I was like, well, what's 0% of 0? And I remember thinking, I want to be bold. I want to do what God is telling me to do. So one online sermon after I watched VeggieTales with my kids, I wrote an online check, or the push pay, as we called it. And it was painful. It was like, please don't work. Please don't work. Please don't work. Have you ever tithed and then it doesn't go through electronically and then you feel like God wants you to keep that money? Me neither. And so, and I'm like, okay, God, I'm giving into your kingdom. I'm sowing into good fruit. Just remember, I have no work for the foreseeable future. The next day, a package comes in the mail. I open this FedEx package. There's some cookies from Cousin Carol. Now, I have a lot of cousins. I'm half Italian. I'm Irish. Cousin Carol's in Detroit. I have not seen Cousin Carol. I have not heard from Cousin Carol. I don't know what Cousin Carol's been up to for like 12 years. And she makes me some cookies. And she writes me a note. And the note said, Carrie, I just got a hold of your latest books. Your dad sent them to me. And I was so blessed by them. And as I was reading your books, I remembered that I didn't get you a wedding present back in 2005. So I opened the box, you guys. And in this envelope starts raining cash. I'm talking cash, all this money. It was amazing. She sent me all this money for a wedding from 2005. Fast forward 2020, I'm sitting in my kitchen crying, single mom. And God knew 15 years ago that moment was going to happen. That is the kind of God we serve. That is the kind of God we serve. So I'm like, yay, this is amazing. And I had so much faith for like an hour. And then the next day, my laundry started leaking. My laundry's leaking and there's a crazy laundry leak. And there's a plumber in my front yard and my roommate goes, Carrie, there's a man, he's in our yard. He dug a 6-foot hole and he's taking selfies of himself. Because if you're a plumber in LA, we have to capture everything. I had a huge plumbing bill, $1,100 plumbing bill. I'm freaking out. All of a sudden, I get a Venmo. For $500 from a friend in Michigan. And she said, I was praying and God said, my husband's business is going so well and that we should share and we should sow into somebody's ministry. And I love what you do. And I love your ministry. We want to bless you. And I called her and I'm weeping. I'm like, what does your husband do? She's like, he's a plumber. I'm like, are you kidding? Is he busy right now? I've got this guy, he's taking selfies. I don't know if he's legal. God is so crazy. God is so good. So I just want to speak that over you guys. I want to speak that if you're watching this right now and you're questioning where God is, all you have to do is just take a moment, turn off the Netflix, get off the Facebook, acknowledge him and watch him work. because he loves you. He loves you more than you could ever imagine. And I'm going to pray for you right now. And if you're watching this and you've never given your life to Jesus and you've never given God a real chance, now is your moment. Don't let anything stand in your way. So Jesus, we thank you for this moment. We thank you for everybody that is watching. I thank you for the fruit that has come from all of these Zoom shows and virtual things that I've been doing all these months, that you said, Carrie, if you are bold, I can still use you. So for that woman that's watching right now and she's saying, I've never been bold, God. I've never even asked you into my heart, but today is my day. All you have to do is repeat after me. Just say, hey, God, it's me. Today is my day. I want to be bold for you. And Jesus, I need a Savior. So will you come into my life? Will you walk with me? Will you be with me all the days of my life so I know that when I am done with this earth and everything it is thrown at me, that I will never walk alone. And if you prayed that prayer, there is a party going on for you. I can guarantee you there's some stovetop stuffing in heaven waiting for you. So I thank you for spending these 25 minutes with me. I can't wait to meet you guys in person because the minute I'm allowed to come back to Fresno, you know I'm going to be there. So God bless you guys.